Well, hello. I want to talk to you about your final speech of the year, the special occasion speech. I'm going to be talking to members of sections 80 and 81, so listen for your fantasy name, and we'll talk a little bit about what you did, et cetera, et cetera. A couple of things. Your grades would have been better for many of you if you wouldn't have left points on the table. And points on the table are things like not taking discussion boards, not taking exams, things like that, not doing the Learn Smarts. Always in a class, go for all the points you can go for. Discussion boards generally require no great thought. What are you thinking about doing for your information speech? Only you are the expert on that. Don't have to research it, but don't leave points on the table for that. Another problem throughout the semester for some people was following directions. Remember this? This is the only shot I ever want to see. Roughly bust line, inch or two above the head. You heard me say that I don't know how many times, and yet even to the final speech, there were people who didn't follow those directions. You need to look at your video before you send it. If it's dark and hard to see your face on your end, it's going to be that way on my end too, and that costs people points. Now, put that aside. I want to talk about the grade scale. Because of a number of problems with trying to do peer reviews and other things, I have adjusted the grade scale. That is to your advantage, as you will see when you see your final grade in this class. I want to say to some of you, you showed great improvement. Now, I realize nobody particularly likes giving speeches or likes having to stand in front of an audience and do things, so congratulations, you did very well. You're comfortable enough, which is what I said from the beginning, not trying to turn you into a keynote speaker at some big national meeting. I want you to feel comfortable enough, if you have to give a speech, to a school board on behalf of your child or to a city or county council meeting on behalf of yourself, you would not be so terrified that you would not do it, okay? And finally, I want to say good luck to you in your other pursuits at Ivy Tech. If you stayed with us throughout the semester, you did okay in this class, and I congratulate you. Let's get started. These are the special occasion speeches. Overall, I suspect you did better on this speech because you could speak from the heart. It's something you intimately knew something about. You had feelings about it, and that translated and came to us when you made your speech. So let's get started. First, we have bumpers. Bumpers, I really like the softness in your voice in this speech. It really added to the emotion of the speech, and I thank you very much for that. This is very well done. This was a very good story, and it was very well told. Next up is No Name. You only had, some of you did this, you didn't have enough in your audience, and also you turned off the camera. You never do that. This was a nice opening and overall a well-done speech. Next up is Casper. Casper, you need to tighten the camera shot a little bit. This was a well-done speech, great setup, meaning establishing who you were talking about, and a great kind of talking about the rules that are handed down and a compilation of all of that. Just a really, really nice job, Casper. Congratulations. Next up is PETA. PETA, this was very noisy audio. You need more energy when you talk. You can't just stand there and talk. You gotta have energy, or no one wants to have anything to do with what you're saying. If it's an effort for you, it's going to be an effort for me to listen. It was very hard to both hear and understand you because of that. You started to say some more personal things at the end of your speech. You could have possibly moved some of that up and made it a little more compelling at the beginning of the speech. So that was PETA. Next up is Autumn. Autumn, you're shooting up and in this way. Remember, we talked about that. This speech nailed it, Autumn. The way to go. You absolutely did what you need to do to give a good speech. Very well done. What a tribute to your father, and what a great presentation. And as I put on your critique, exceptional. Next up is Jake. Jake, the video was very dark and soft focused, but this was a good narrative. You did a nice job on the person you were talking about, your father, and establishing those things. And with a lot of you, your speech kind of had commonalities. All of us kind of knew someone like that. If it wasn't our father, we knew a father like that. So those are all really, really good. Next up is Mercy. This was a great dramatization of your story. Very well done. The video was a little dark, and the camera was a bit too close. The shot was too close. Excuse yourself when you take a drink. Now, sometimes our voice gets raspy, and you have to take a drink because your voice is going bad. You take the drink, you say, excuse me, and real quick, my voice was getting raspy. It's not a problem. Just reference it when you have to do it. This was a good use of adjectives and descriptive words to paint a portrait of your daughter. Next up is Artie. Artie, this was a very well set up speech and a very well done speech, an excellent story, very well told. You have a nice smile, that warm smile when you're communicating. You're a good storyteller too. You do that very well. This was an excellent narrative, a well-told story with a great and descriptive language. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring you up to date on. I think you'll overall, if you completed the course, you'll be pleased with the grade you got. And if you didn't turn in something, then you can't pass the course. So, watch for your grades. I'll be posting them this afternoon. And if you have any comments, you can send me an email so that you all know. As of now, I am officially retired as a full-time employee of Ivy Tech. I will come back and do some courses from time to time as an adjunct, but I am now retired. So I want to thank you for being part of my last semester as students, and I want to wish you well in all your future endeavors at Ivy Tech. And for many of you, your speeches meant a great deal to me. You did a good job. You showed improvement, and that's what college is all about. Just parting advice, read the syllabus carefully. Don't ever say to a teacher, that's not the way they did it in the other class I took online. Nobody cares because each teacher has a different style, a different way of doing things. So go with it. Learn how to live with whatever it is that comes your way. Have a great holiday season. And excuse me. Boy, felt that one coming. What a way to end a speech, huh? Have a great holiday season, and hopefully you have a healthy and happy New Year for you and yours, and maybe we'll cross paths someday in the future. You take care.